Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So today I am with one of the most enjoyable people I've ever worked with.
Thank you.
Along the way in the years I've been working with Cephas. This is Colin. Colin, can you just introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Colin. I've worked with the company for 16 years.
16 years you've been with us. How long have you worked in care?
32 years in care.
32 years in care.
34 years in care. 1988.
1988. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been with us for 16 years.
Loved every second of it.
I have enjoyed working with you. I remember the first time I worked with you was when we were supporting a gentleman, and it wasn't something that I was used to doing because I was working in a home and you had worked in the community, and so I'd gone to work with you and this gentleman and stuff like that. And that's the first time I ever sort of worked with you, and we had so much fun supporting that lad. But you were always very, very supportive, and I've always enjoyed working with you a great deal. Tell me about your journey into care then. How did you get into this line of work?
Right. I've always wanted to do it at school. I was the lad that spent the time with the less abled.
Mm-hmm.
People that were poor readers. I used to sit with them and listen to them read and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to do that work. When I left school in 1978, it was very, very rare for males to go into the care sector.
Yeah, I imagine it was.
So I was looked at as though I was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I wanted to do.
It was, you say 1978, I'd have been one in that time, just to put that out there.
Yeah.
And when I started in care, I mean, 15, 16, well, no, probably about 20 years later than that. Again, it was rare then, so it must have been even stranger back when you
yes.
were.
I applied to go on a 2-year college course in Lowestoft.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get on that course. Worked in a bakery for 9 weeks.
How did you enjoy working in a bakery, as it wasn't kind of what you wanted to do? I imagine
it got its advantages.
I was going to say, I imagine it had its perks.
Washing up the bowls after cream was delightful until they got moist. I used to squirt fairy liquid all around the bowl before they gave it to me to wash up. But yeah.
So you didn't enjoy working in a bakery in the same way. So when did you eventually get into this line of work?
Right, I was then unemployed for 8 years, struggling to find my mark. Went on a training scheme, was given a placement as part of that training scheme at Sogate Lane Resource Unit with 6 very profoundly handicapped adults, and we'll always say that changed my life.
In what way did it change your life?
For the first time, I came across people that believed in the people the same as I did and were prepared to give me that chance. And I will always be grateful for those people.
So you've never kind of looked back since that whole kind of getting a chance to do what you wanted.
Yeah.
Supporting people to do what they wanted.
Yeah, it was working with them within the unit, doing different bits in the unit with them, taking them out. I built up a very special relationship with one young lady with cerebral palsy, and on a Wednesday we used to go to computer classes in the morning and then run right around the town centre in the afternoon doing whatever she wanted to do. And she thought that was wonderful.
And we still can, and you still get the same amount of joy, the same amount of pleasure?
Very, very much so. Very, very much so. I mean, the remarkable thing is that particularly I was only there 12 weeks on a placement, but made some incredible, excuse me, some incredible friends there that to this day I am very, very fond of.
Care is one of those things, because I've been with this company for 13 years. I've worked in care for 23. There are a number of people who I have worked with at my first place of work before I came to work here, that I still very, very fond of and still think of in those ways, and have taught me an awful lot.
Yeah, there's people there that I regard as absolute gods. The manager of the unit at the time, as I was there only 6 years, then went to work at Burgess House
Mm-hmm.
and realised that I hadn't got nothing, after that 12-week placement, phoned me up and said, would you like to come and do relief work for us, which will give you another leg up, into the work. So went and worked at Burgess House doing relief for that would have been for about two and a half years.
How did you end up working with this company then? How did that come about?
I saw the job advertised, applied. Amanda, bless her heart, interviewed me.
Bright red in the face, no doubt.
Yeah, oh, she's delightful, fantastic. She's another one that I regard as God.
Yeah.
But yeah,
she interviewed me. I remember her being just as red faced as well.
I was employed to work with a gentleman that I built up an amazing relationship with. Working one-to-one with him, I took him on a cruise for his 50th birthday. We went to Blackpool twice with him, Butlins, you name it. I did it with him, really.
Mm-hmm. It's to be able to support people to do that kind of thing. There's no other feeling like it, is there?
No, and he had an awful life. But those 10, 12 years I worked with him, I would like to think, I made a big impression on his life and what he achieved and what he was able to do. And I'm sure I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't doubt for 1 minute that you did, because, I mean, most of us know you in the company. We've either met you, seen you, or had chats with you at one time.
You can't miss me.
No.
I'm here.
and even now to the wonders of Zoom calls and eating.
Oh, yes.
And eating crisps whilst having Zoom calls.
Not crisps.
What's this? Other crisps are available. Joking aside for a minute though, as we were speaking about earlier, you've said that another reason why you like this kind of work is knowing kind of how it feels when people look at you a certain way without bothering to get to know you.
Exactly.
So, I mean, how do you want to elaborate on that a little bit, or not too much?
No, I'm absolutely fine. Yes. In the past, I've been seen as a bit of a joke, or I feel I've been seen as a bit of a joke. And what I love about this company is that none of you have ever done that. And you're all absolutely brilliant. You let me be me, and as much as that probably drives you insane at times.
Well, I don't know. I can't imagine you being any other way.
This is me. I am exuberant. I am loud. I am over enthusiastic at times, perhaps. But it's done with a big heart. Believe me.
I know. I've worked with you, and I've worked with you, and I would work. And I always say to people as well as that I've worked with Colin any day of the week and twice on Sundays. So it's just like, what are you feeling like finishing work soon? You want to carry on?
No, I will do this for as long as I can do it.
So where do you see yourself in the next 2 or 3 years? Did you think about it in that sort of sense, or do you?
Probably not. I probably take it one day at a time. But yes, absolutely love my work. I love making a difference to the people that I work with.
The reason why I wanted to do this interview with you is because you said you recently had a really good experience taking somebody out bowling, and we couldn't do the things we wanted to do with that because of reasons and stuff like that. But I wanted you to tell me about it. So what kind of activities and stuff do you get to do with the guys that you work with currently?
The guys I get, whatever they want to do, I will do. They'll come to me and they say, we want to do this, and within 10 minutes that will be sorted out. I've had people say, there's a show on at the Regent. I'd like to go. Right, come on then, let's have a look. And I will book up there and then. And if that means that I have to then phone you up and say, look, I'm going to need to work on this day at this time, as me and so are going to go to the show, that is what I'll do. Because I believe that's what we're here for. They come to us and tell us what they want to do, and it's our job to enable them to do that.
Yeah,
And I feel that very, very passionately.
I know, it's great. It's lovely.
Very passionately.
It's you're probably one of the few people that actually, if I used to say what are the values of the company, you'd probably actually know without me having to point it out on the screen.
Yeah.
Because it is, again, as we've said before, this is the starting point. When you start supporting anybody, it's about their life, their choices, and their way of doing it. And you are a monument to just how we go about doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Colin, for talking to me.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much for wearing your Ipswich Town shirt.
Yes,
That's
yes.
as if
Yes.
you could do anything else. And I don't doubt I'll speak to you soon.
You will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.